So in sum, PFA will involve listening to people and taking them seriously, asking them questions, anong klaseng questions, not questions that intrude or just want more details about the event. It's questions that will help them identify for themselves their urgent needs and problems, to clarify their concerns, no? If they have concerns that they bring up with you want to clarify ano ba yung extent ng problem, and questions that help them identify what resources are available to them. Okay? And lastly, PFA will also involve giving information and helping them feel calm, capable, access relevant service, or reconnect to their existing networks of support. Okay. So, okay, I think we have time, right, for a breakout activity. No, so that the tech team has prepared breakout rooms for you. You will find yourselves in a breakout room with maybe around 5 individuals, more or less, no? And we'll give you about, sorry, tama ba? 15? Was it 15 or 20 minutes? Can I verify
20
lang
minutes.
briefly?
20 minutes
20
po.
minutes, okay.
Yes.
20 minutes, okay, in your group to talk about problems, concerns, or worries that you know of in your own community. So that might be school, your workplace, neighborhood, no? And from the various problems or concerns that you share in the group, baka pwedeng pumili lang ng top 3 na problems or concerns, maybe the most common ones or the most, siguro the most pressing ones, no? Pinaka-urgent, the problems that you can identify. Um, and the problems or concerns I'm talking about here are, problems that affect really the individuals, no, in your community, no, at dinaramdam nila, or it's something that causes people distress. Okay, and given these problems, what information do you think you might need to have in order to help them? So I'm asking you here actually to prepare, no, kung isang araw may pupunta sa inyo na tao na nangangailangan ng tulong tungkol sa ganitong bagay, meron bang information that you would like to have para magamit mo at makatulong sa'yo na makatulong din dun sa tao? Okay? So, you don't have to have the information now, but kumbaga, can you make a list of information that you would need to look for, that you would need to prepare to have in order to help others who have these concerns or problems? Okay? So, group activity po ito. Wala namang ano no, wala namang tamang sagot talaga sa mga questions na to. So it's really about having people or having our audience think about anong problems meron ang mga nasa paligid ko, at anong mga information yung 'pag meron ako, merong pakinabang dun sa mga tao na may ganitong mga issues or concerns. Okay? Is this clear? Can I ask the audience kung malinaw ba yung instructions? So
Yan.
baka in the group pwedeng ano no, pagka when you find yourselves later in the breakout rooms, please agree on who the facilitator will be, and maybe one person who will take notes lang, no? Who will just make sure that the the discussion is not lost, no? Baka you can make I don't know, a shared document or something na pwedeng doon na lang ilagay that we can collect later, no? Yung shared document. Okay?
Ayan.
Okay po.
Welcome back, everyone. Nandito na po ba tayo lahat? Wala na po bang missing person? At wala naman na-disconnect? Okay. Alright. Jess, kamusta? Did you have a fruitful discussion?
Yes, actually, na-late nga ako ng pag-enter kasi parang hindi ko alam, I was also assigned pala on one of the breakout room. So, but gladly I was able to share naman and also listen to to my group mates na nag-share din ng mga sharings nila. Ayan. So, it was really a wonderful discussion. Sabi nga ni Jaden, na pressure ka din talaga dun sa time, pero it was a fun experience. Ayan. So, siyempre, hindi naman puwedeng tayo lang yung mag-share ng experience natin. Gusto din natin malaman ano ba yung napag-usapan, ano ba yung nangyari sa mga ibang group or sa ibang breakout sessions. So may we ask for volunteers, ayan, na pwedeng mag-share ng kanilang experience. We'll give at least 5 minutes for each group. O, di ba? I believe may 15 breakout rooms ata tayo kanina. Pero pwede naman din hindi natin i-max yung 5 minutes just to share simple sharing lang, ganyan, kung ano ba yung napag-usapan nyo. So, meron bang gustong mga mag-volunteer?
Kung wala
Maybe,
mag-volunteer, magtawag tayo.
ayan,
Meron
sige.
ba? May nag-raise ng hand.
Yeah, you can share your hand po, raise your hand if you want to
Yes.
share.
Oo, pwede po mag-on cam, on mic, ganyan. Kung hindi pwedeng mag-on cam, kahit on mic na lang.
Ayan. And 1, 2, 3, wala ba talaga? Ang gusto ba ay volonturo?
Oo, volunturo daw. Voluntold na to.
Ayan, sige. So,
Simulan natin sa group mo,
ay,
Jess.
sa group ko, ay sige,
Oo.
sige. Sige,
Sino
iko-call ko na.
voluntold mo?
Volunteer. Ayan, si Ian yan. Ian, are you there? Can you share kung ano yung mga napag-usapan natin, your experience? Asan na yung groupmate ko? Well, some of us din kasi kanina won't able to open their mic, so they're just sharing their answers via the chat box.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I think wala din si Ian ata.
Sige, random number. Group number 5. Ganyan.
Ayan, sige. From group number 5, meron akong na lista kanina. So si Eman Cruz, are you there?
Ayan. Hi, Eman! Yan, tawa-tawa-tawa siya. Oh, hello! Pwede ka ba mag-on mic kahit hindi on cam if shy?
Ayan.
Hello po.
Ayan! Hello! Magandang umaga!
Good morning po.
Good morning.
Sige.
Mag-share po ba?
Yes, ano lang yung napag-usapan? Meron kaninang questions, diba? We have 2 questions.
Ayan, mahirap yung tatlo. Ayan, hindi, may memory matanda na po. Hindi ko na maalala yung tatlo. Pero yung yung sa akin na lang i-share ko, sorry. Hindi ko maalala yung sa iba. Pagbibigay ng feedback sa services na na-receive. Especially kapag hindi maganda yung feedback. Ang pinaka-problem na nakita ko in our community kasi when there are rants, no, nakikinig naman ako, kaya kong makinig sa mga tao. However, ang pino-point out ko palagi sa kanila is, okay na share mo sa akin, pero ang mahalaga yung feedback natin, mabigay natin dun sa tao na kailangang makarinig sa atin. Kung sa tingin mo hindi maganda yung service na na-receive mo, kailangan mo magbigay ng feedback kasi gusto natin maging better yung service. Hindi yung sa atin, kung hindi tayo naka-receive ng magandang service, we are hoping na yung ahensya na napuntahan natin makakapagbigay ng mas magandang serbisyo sa ibang tao. So kailangan nating magbigay ng feedback. Hindi pwedeng magrarant lang tayo sa social media and hoping na yung social media magagalit dun sa opisina na yun. Hindi. Kailangan pa rin, ano pa rin tayo, nakapag-aral pa rin tayo, kaya pa rin nating makipag-usap ng maayos. Kaya pa rin nating ibigay yung feedback dun sa tamang tao. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a hand raised, si Arlene. Hi, Arlene. Care to share? Arlene, naka-mute.
Ay, sorry.
Ayan.
Good morning. Tulungan ko na si
Good
Sir Eman
morning.
kasi ka-group ko siya. So yung 3 concerns namin, first, misinformation or chismis sa community. So it creates negative impact on self-development, and then also it disrupts the positive environment in the community. what we can do about it is to promote positive engagement, and then at the same time, it starts with us. Sabi nga nung aking ka-group na si Miss Lenjin, it starts with us to have the initiative to advocate effective social interconnectedness there. And then the second one is financial concerns. So maraming people from the community na ang concern nila is how to make ends meet, how to provide for their basic needs, and then nandun yung needs versus wants, kasi kahit alam ng wala silang pambili, makikita naman ng tao from the community maya't maya may delivery sa kanila ng Lazada or Shopee, and then yung mga small time loan sharks, yung mga ganon. What we can do first is to provide a more sustainable and affordable food source. So I think especially sa barangay namin, there was a time na nag-provide sila ng mga seedlings nung pandemic para may maitanim at may aanihin yung mga tao. And then also the community can also start providing seminars about financial literacy or social media content about financial literacy. And then in line do sa sinabi ni Sir Eman, yung third, not just rants against government officials or government offices, but also rants against neighbors. So kung members din kayo ng mga Facebook groups sa inyong mga barangay, minsan marereklamo yung maingay, yung mga nagvi-video kay hanggang late night, na instead na daanin sa proper channel, magra-rant lang doon sa Facebook. So, kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Sir Eman, we have to understand or at least educate yung mga tao sa barangay or sa community how to endorse those rants or feedback through the proper channels. Ayun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arlene. Talaga namang napakadami niyong napag-usapan, ano? Sa chat box nakakatuwa, meron nag-volunturo. Kanino pong team si Wilma at si Jaden? Eto,
Kami po.
volunturo na lang daw po. Ayan.
Opo.
Can you share
Ayun
po
po.
your findings, your discussion? Thank you.
Yes. Ayun po. Hello everyone. Ako nga pala po si Jaden Tomo Cruz. Very productive yung discussion namin. Although yung first half parang nagkakahiyaan pa kami. Kasi hindi lahat makapag-on mic. Pero okay lang kasi nag-continue naman yung discussions namin. Ayun. So yung problems namin sa community, may nag-raise po na kasi yung kanilang village, wag na tayo magsinungaling. Ako yun. Ako nag-raise na yung community kasi po namin, very strong yung aming connection with our stray cats and dogs. Parang sila yung parang healing or parang counseling namin pag-uwi. Kasi yung village namin, very welcoming sa mga stray animals. Kasi nung nagkaroon ng typhoon, kinabahan, nagkaroon ng anxious vibe. Kasi parang hindi alam ng lahat paanong alagaan yung mga stray cats and dogs. Hindi man pwede lahat papapasukin sa bahay. So yun po. Tapos yung pangalawa, may nag-raise din po ng unemployment kasi hindi daw stable yung scenario nila po. Kasi syempre, pag wala kang trabaho, sino yung magbabayad ng daily sustenance, yung education para sa anak nila. So nagkakaroon ng anxiety din as well. And affected pa mas lalo sa typhoon. So ano pang mga kailangan bilihin, tsaka mga ganong stressors na kailangan pag-isipan din po. Tapos, yung pangatlo namang na-raise din pangatlo na concern was the commuting challenges sa Commonwealth. So, ayan mga taga-QC, danas na danas talaga po yung scenarios ng traffic. Tapos, yung mga traffic enforcers pa daw, nag-a-add daw ng problema kasi hindi nagagawa yung trabaho na in a productive and sustainable way. Parang mas instead of tumulong, dumagdag pa daw sa stress. Tapos yung pollution din kasi syempre yung papuntang eskwelahan, yung exposure ng mga bata at mga tao, hindi siya healthy sa day-to-day experience. Tapos yung last naman daw was the lack of academic recognition sa UPOU kasi wala daw pong university scholar or faculty scholar per semester. So, hindi nagkakaroon ng parang may lack of recognition ng academic ng isang student. So, no, hindi siya na-engganyo or na-empower mag-continue, mag-prosper sa kanyang education. So, nung nagdi-discuss kami on possible information on how we could resolve the problems, albeit napaka-daunting at saka big ideas sila, big concepts, hindi siya overnight na pwedeng gawin ng solution. Yung nakita namin na parang common denominator was that important talaga na magkaroon ng town hall meetings sa communities, whether it be an LGU or a village or a subdivision or the school, para magkaroon ng consultation sessions at saka makapag-empathize with our fellow citizens and constituents. Tapos nagsabi din po na magkaroon tayo ng documentation para malistahan yung mga concerns at saka ma-dissect siya properly kasi mahaba at saka madami, di ba? So, hindi siya hindi siya overwhelming pag nandoon ka. At least may document na pwede mong i-digest as long as possible, as you need possible. And then next daw was the list, i-contact person ng LGU para hindi lang agad-agad yung kakatok ka sa office. Ano ba? Ko-complain ka, bakit ba? Ganyan. Na may proper channels talaga para yung pagdaloy ng information, appropriate siya. And then lastly was the list of emergency numbers and local persons na pwedeng kausapin para yung concern ng isang tao pwede ipalakad kasi empowered naman tayo bilang citizens and students to forward our concerns and not be disengaged na wala tayong rights and wala tayong voice when it comes to speaking up with these big grand issues. Kasi in the grand scheme of things, any form of assertion ng isang concern should always be taken into consideration and is valid, as mentioned earlier. Ayun lang naman po. Very productive ang aming discussion. Thank you.
Yes, grabe. And I really appreciate na talagang na-jot down nila lahat, word by word, everything na na-share nila sa group. And it was really a wonderful group sharing, I believe. Ayan. So thank you very much, Jayden, and to all your group mates, and to everyone na nag-participate ng ating small group discussion or small group sharing. Thank you very much. So any other volunteer na gusto pang mag-share? Last one, maybe, if may gusto pa. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I believe okay na, settled na tayo. Thank you very much. And okay, so si Doc Mitch. Hi, Doc Mitch.
Ay, hello. Gusto ko lang i-sum up lang din, no, yung mga na-share so far dun sa plenary ng mga groups na nag-volunteer or vinolunteer. Na nakakagulat palagi na pagka nagtatanong kami ng ganito sa mga tao, although we discuss mental health in terms of very individual crisis or problems, always when we ask this question, ano yung mga concerns ba ng mga tao sa paligid nyo? It's always so large, no? I mean, like, parang mga problemang panlipunan ba yung nabibring up ng mga groups madalas. And I think what this highlights really for us is that mental health is something that is deeply connected to the way we live our lives in society. Ibig sabihin, yung problema sa traffic, yung problema natin na nag-aalala tayo sa stray animals, yung problema ng mga kapitbahay na kulang sa income, mga kapitbahay na chismoso, chismosa, yung mga kapitbahay na may mga problema sa gobyerno o sa pagpapalakad nito. These all are connected to how we experience mental health in daily life, no? So hindi parang yung madalas kasi yung response is to mental health problems is also very individualistic. Kumbaga, stress and coping, anong pwede mong gawin sa sarili mo, sa to manage your stress, etc. And that's really helpful also, no? And that's important, and these are important techniques. But I really like how people, when you ask them ano yung mga inaalala ng mga nakapaligid sa inyo, they always point to these larger contextual problems. So that's something I think that we really need to consider, no? Na dun sa you remember the triangle or the pyramid that I presented earlier, yung mga basic sa buhay, 'di ba? Maayos na serbisyo, yung maayos na access sa mga serbisyo, yung malinis na paligid, yung maayos yung mga sources natin ng income, etc. All these things contribute really to better mental health, no? So and the information, no, that we need in case there are individuals that come to us, no, malaking bagay yung pag-identify ng mga proper channels to send complaints to, send questions to, ask for services about at your own local level, no? Kasi syempre iba yung para sa bawat city, bawat probinsya, bawat barangay, no? Minsan iba-ibang offices to, iba-ibang tao, iba-ibang numbers, iba-ibang channels. There are public offices that have social media accounts and are responsive doon sa kanilang social media accounts, no? So yung mga ganyan, no? And then nakakatuwa lang na moving to community development na, Doc Joey, parang ibang session yon. Kailangan yata magpa-workshop on community development. Merong mga community meetings, ganyan. So these are extra steps and extra action. They're not directly or immediately the things that we carry out when we do things like PFA. But certainly because we belong to those communities ourselves, they're part of the actions that we can consider for improving yung overall, 'di ba, na sitwasyon para mas mapangalagaan yung kalusugang pisikal, pinansyal, emosyonal, psikolohikal ng mga tao. So, Doc Joey, baka may gusto ka pang idagdag, no? Very interesting kasi lagi itong output ng mga plenaries.
I think ano yan we have run this program, the long version and the short version. I think so many times already. And totoo yung kagaya kanina, 'di ba Mitch, yung community trauma na sinasabi natin. It
'Di ba? Oo.
person, we're part of the big social environment. Kaya nga sabihin nila, ano ngayon kung nanalo si Trump, malaking impact din yun kasi minsan, 'di ba, in each of us, we worry, uy, anong rest back natin, o mga ganun, 'di ba? But any which way, maganda yung sinasabi, no? All of this, totoo naman ito, as we spear, sabi natin, as we move forward, kaya, 'di ba, when we focus on strengths-based, the community resources is there. And then the way we designed it sa PSP, meron kaming resource mapping, meaning so you can do it in UPOU, no? Ang resource mapping is all the services, mental, physical, financial. We put it together in one resource mapping so that our PSVs, when they relate to other seekers who might just technically be yun, sa tama yung sabi ni Mitch, minsan information lang, di alam saan pupunta, di alam where they would want to. So immediately the PSVs, the volunteers now, would have a reference, resource, this reference na tinatawag namin, na pinakompile niya beginning of the program so that it can easily be transmit, we're not, psychiatrists, we don't have that expertise, we can refer you to the following. However, in the meantime, if you need skills, no, to be able to cope and help, manage, no, ito yung meron sa amin. So I think it's very important that the link with the external resources, mayaman po sa resources ang Pilipinas, no?
Yeah.
Huwag na nating usapin ng economic at politika, pero mayaman po ang Pilipinas sa resources. Even manpower and technicalities and even all the things Mitch was saying,
Saka maraming mga non-government organizations that can
NGOs,
also be tapped for support of various kinds, no? Iba-ibang
Magaganda.
klase. So, depende talaga sa pangangailangan na nakikita natin.
And it could be put together. Kasi, customized in UPL, OU, di ba? May international, may local. So, maaaring yung mga nasa international, maaari rin kayo mag-create ng resource and then you pull it together. Para nang sa ganun, it's accessible to everyone na maaaring kung gusto lang magkaroon ng information, the student council can come up with a web or app or something that they can ask information. So, maganda lang yun na hindi natin nakakalimutan kasi sa usapin nga naman yan, we're all part of the social environment. Kaya kanina sabi natin, what goes on, social, political, economic, spiritual environment impacts everyone. And iba-iba yung source, iba-ibang level. So, magandang tingnan nito. Ay, miss na namin mag-usap ni Mitch kasi nung dinevelop namin ito, para hindi kami maboard, mahaba yung lecture namin. Kaming dalawa nagsasagutan.
Ayan, dahil mainit-init na din po ang ating balitaktakan ngayon, ano? Diretso na natin sa Q&A. Ayan. So, for everybody po who wants to parang ask their questions, you can raise your hand or you can just type in your questions sa ating Q&A box so that we can acknowledge them and ask them sa ating experts dito sa call. So, sige po, unahin po muna natin itong question natin sa Q&A box. Actually, medyo kanina pa siya nagtanong.
Mm.
Sabi niya, how can we help those who frequently respond, I don't know or I don't remember to our questions, like in terms of identifying their strengths that worked in the past or etc. Ganun.
Okay.
So,
Ako,
yun po.
feeling ko yung kanina, one of the things, si people kasi sometimes are not very comfortable to talk about themselves, specifically their strengths. Totoo,
Mm.
done a lot of research, no? Bigay ka ng isang sheet of paper, sige nga, bigyan mo ko ng 3 to 5 na strengths. Ang tagal. Pero pag binigyan mo ng another questions, the things that you don't like about yourself, hihingi pa ng
Ang
extra.
dami.
Yun, di ba? Ma'am, sandali lang, kulang ang 5 minutes. I think it's a culture kasi kulang tayo sa, lagi natin, yung kultura, kulang sa appreciation. So, minsan, even self-appreciation is,
Or we don't articulate it. We're
oh,
not
yan.
used to
We're not too used to- ang galing-
identifying it in ourselves.
So I think for people who are not, Mitch, no, are not very comfortable to do that. Ano lang again, yung silence, being together, and then pag ikaw ang nakapuna, uy, ang galing naman ng ganito. Ikaw naman wag naman yung sobrang OA, Ibig sabihin yung truthfulness na ikaw mismo ang affirm, uy, kanina yung ginawa mo, okay yun thank you, di ba? But it's building the self-appreciation up. Kasi it's not an overnight thing. People who are not used to saying it, identifying it, kasi parang, di ba yung kultura natin na, kulturang Pilipino minsan na kailangan very humble, na maganyan to the extreme level of it, kailangan unti-unti rin. So, little things that you notice na strengths nung kasama mo, mentionin natin. Di ba, Mitch?
Saka ano din talaga, yung parang being able to give people space and time. Kasi sometimes it's just that they're not ready to do that. They're exhausted, they're tired, they're angry, 'di ba? Yung they're not in the mental space to think about that. So okay lang, give them space, give them time. Ika nga, 'di ba? Wag i-pressure, oo. So just if you ask the question remains in their head kahit di nila yun sinagot sa'yo verbally, that you gave them that opportunity to think about themselves in a different way. Sabi nga ni Doc Joey sa neuroplasticity, diba? Yung parang you're trying to establish new pathways. And so it's important to be asking those questions or maybe rephrasing the questions. No? Iba-ibahin mo yung lapit, iba-ibahin mo yung approach each time you try to attempt to ask that question. Eventually, even if not to you, to themselves, at yun naman yung importante, to themselves they begin to search and to identify ano nga ba yung strengths na meron sila at paano ba nila na overcome yung previous nilang mga difficulties. Doc Joy, may second question sa Q&A. At third na rin pala. Dumami na sila. How can one emotionally support a friend when they themselves aren't in the best mental space to do that?
Ako ay ang lagi ko lang sinasabi, kanina 'di ba? Your presence, your mere presence. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to push anything. You're being present with the person at the moment is a valuable thing. Marami na kaming na-interview niyan. What was helpful to you? Yung meron lang akong kasama na alam kong hindi ako nag-iisa, na hindi ako nape-pressure na kailangan kong ikwento yung talambuhay ko. Pero anytime, any soon na ready na ako, alam kong nandun. So I think,
Doc Joey,
mm,
paano kung si friend na nangangailangan ng help dun sa kanyang isa pang friend na emotionally not prepared din?
ay hindi rin.
Gustong magkwento. Hindi, gigil na gigil magkwento at dun ka na, siguro si emotionally unprepared friend, dun siya hindi ready. Parang, teka lang, bigat din yung dinadala ko. Parang, yata ready.
I think ano yan
Hindi rin ako ready makinig. Kasi,
Oo.
I mean, it takes something from us as well, di ba? Yung taking the time, the patience, keeping calm, di ba? Keeping yourself from being
But, pero ano, Mitch,
upset.
pag there's a time, kasi minsan may ganun di ba? Kasi like tayo, lalapitan tayo, parang ambush anytime na makita ka, parang mental health. Every time makita ka mag-ambush, no? Pag minsan, there are times talaga na you're so over so many things, no? Ako, I would simply say, okay, can we set another time? This is not the best time for me to talk to you. Yung kanina yung sinabi,
Set your boundaries.
Oo, maganda yung sinasabi na feedback. Kasi, sandali this is not a good time for me, but can we set another date, no? You come to me again, or kaya we can set another date later and you come back to me. Para nang sa ganun, ikaw as provider, hindi ka rin na-ambush. Kasi pagka hindi, eventually, ikaw ang mababurn out in doing that, di ba? So, I think, an honest to goodness feedback, communication,
Yes. Be
straightforward
honest
communication, be
about what you can and cannot do.
sabi mo, cannot do it right now, not a good space right now, but we can definitely reschedule this next week. Parang gano'n. Okay, sige pa. Mitch, ikaw to.
Ayan.
Next
So we
one.
have another question po. Ito, do you have an advice on how to encourage senior citizens who thought of retirement as an end? How can you push them to continue? Ayan.
This is interesting and hindi ko alam kung sinadya ni Doc Joey, pero aging kasi yung area of research ko. So, I guess it depends on what you and they mean by ending. Ano ba? Parang hanggang dun na lang. Oo, retirement as an end. Parang
Parang
what does
end
that
goal.
mean? What is it about that makes you uncomfortable? But is it uncomfortable or frustrating to them? Kumbaga, magkaiba ba yung, pareho ba kayo ng tingin dun sa retirement? Kasi baka naman sa kanya, happy siya na retirement is an end. Na parang, pahinga na ako eh. Ito na yung stage na, So, I mean, that's one thing, I think, that needs to be examined a little further, no? Saan nanggagaling yung parang dissatisfaction sa iyo ba o sa kanya o pareho kayong dissatisfied that this is how it has ended, parang gano'n na retirement. And then yung push kasi, kakasabi lang ni Doc Joy kanina, you can't push. It's really up to them, no? You give them a view of things, 'di ba? Ito yung meron, ito yung available, ito yung options. Are there things that you would like to explore or try, no? And that would increase your siguro your sense of satisfaction, your sense of excitement, ganyan. Pero kailangan manggaling sa kanya, 'di ba? Na ito ay na meron akong dissatisfaction at the way things are at the moment. It's causing me distress of some sort, 'di ba? And I want something to change, no? So pagka merong ganon, meron kang opening na magbigay ng options, magbigay ng information, 'di ba? Ito meron ganitong activities, may ganitong organizations, may ganitong mga free na classes, courses that you might want to try. So, I hope that helps, no? Pero first talaga yung kailangan ba determine sino yung dissatisfied, ikaw o yung senior citizen?
True, Lily. Kasi ako, pag ako, hindi pa nga nasa pre-retirement mood na nga ako eh. Gumigising akong wala akong katabing laptop ba.
Oo.
So maganda yung tanong ni Doc Mitch, I think from whose lens are we talking about? Is it from the lens of the retiree? Kasi kung ang retiree is happy, marami akong friends na who have retired that very happy, no? So I think it's something to be discussed within the person. Kasi kung masaya naman si retiree, problema mo yun, hindi niya problema.
Baka kasi kinukulit pala siya sa
Walang problemahin yung ayaw niyang problemahin eh. Ayahin na nga eh, di ba? Ayaw niya mamroblema, tapos bibigyan mo siya ng problema. Talaga po ba? Na okay na kayo retire? Oo! Pa kayo ng ganun, friend. Di ba? It's important. If the person is happy, then we simply have to respect. You know? So it's not about us seeing na end goal niya. Kung type na niyang mag-duster araw-araw dahil pagod nang
I've earned it.
I can feel
I
that.
will never put on makeup again.
O, diba? I never wear shoes again, only chinelas.
Oo, hindi na ako mag-heels.
So I think it's very important to determine and manage the expectation. Kasi
Mm.
okay naman si senior natin, then let it be. That is not something for us to dictate na dapat active aging ka. Kung ayaw na nga niya mag-active, ano ba yun, di ba? So in other words, kung ano yun, then we have to learn to communicate, feedback na that's not your turf anymore. That's the decision and the right of the other person. Okay?
Yeah, but absolutely, kung merong ganong opening, 'di ba? That they themselves are saying na parang bored na ako or parang
Yeah.
ano ba tong buhay ko, wala na yatang
Yes.
katuturan.
That's the time.
Yun, may opening ka na parang sige, etong available, ito yung mga pwede. Yan. So support tayo diyan pagka ganun.
Dapat ready ka to present itong iba bang Zoom.
Kaya paghandaan mo ngayon
Iba
yung
bang
kolektahin mo lahat ng available, malapit, libre, may kasamang mga kumare, kumpare, ayan, para maengganyo.
Ayan.
Doc Joey, para sa'yo raw yung next. Oo,
Okay.
na lang po.
Okay. This is the question po. So, previously po on Dr. Joey's talk, it was discussed on how we can control in situation and how we respond to it. However, I want to know how we can properly tell someone else about something that they did that negatively impacted someone through triggers and past trauma. How can we acknowledge ourselves and promote accountability for ours and other person's action?
Okay, loaded Madami. Important, very important. I think number one, how do we tell people that they have impacted negatively on the other person? I think an honest to goodness feedback. Kasi kung ang intention naman natin ipaalam, I think the modality, the voice, the language and will convey. Hindi you have to be mindful kasi ano ba yung intention natin? Resbakan o i-communicate? Dalawa yan di ba? Nasaktan mo ko, so technically, ano bang agenda? And it's a natural emotion, sabi natin, that first spur of the moment. But you have to be very careful. When things happen like this, unang-una mong tatanong, anong gusto mo i-communicate? Number one, how it impacted you. Then, an honest to goodness, kagaya yung kanina, if you cannot accommodate, you simply say, I don't have, this is not the right space for me right now. I don't have the right time right now. Perhaps we can reschedule, no? Ganun din. Alam mo kanina, feedback lang to no offense meant pero I think na-offend ako dun sa sinabi mo na ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Gusto ko lang ipaalam sa'yo. Then the other person would realize na, kasi sometimes people talk na minsan hindi naman mindful, minsan biro lang, pero nakaka-apekto sa iba. No? So, I think number one is an honest to goodness response to the person saying na, this is how it impact me and I hope you don't mind. I have no offense meant, pero ito yung naging epekto nito sa akin. No? The accountability to yourself is very clear when you advocate for that. That's the right for self-respect. Pero the accountability for another person, that's his turf he cannot control whether or not the person would like to be accountable for that or not. Ang pinaka-importante niyan, nasabi mo yung gusto mong sabihin, na-communicate mo ng maayos. Now, if the person, dalawa yan the person might be humble enough, ay, sorry hindi ko naman sinasadya. Kung talagang, di ba? Pero minsan, may iba na marami ring layers, may pinagdadaanan din, nagagalit, di ba? Hindi nagre-respond ng maayos. That is not, you have to let it go and accept. That is something you cannot control. That's the reaction of the other person. Ang best bet mo doon, nagawan mo, na-express mo yung sarili mo, nasabi mo how it impacted you. And hopefully, ma-recall niya some other time. Kasi oftentimes, pag nako-call yung attention, and these are researchers that would also confirm, nagiging mas mindful. Parang smokers. May study nito Nagtitiis ka ng second smoke. Pero may action research na ginawa na if you call the attention of the smokers to actually stop smoking, they do. No? Because it's a part of their daily routine, normalized sa kanila. And when other people feedback them, na ganito, ganyan, please stop kasi, I have asthma or I have allergy, they oftentimes, 80-85% they stop. So we can say, we don't have to tolerate. Kasi sabi nga natin, di ba, the way you allow other people to treat you will eventually be the pattern of their treatment to you. So, speak up, inform the person, kanina, alam mo, may sinabi ka, hindi ko nagustuhan yun kasi parang feeling ko, na-offend ako, pero gusto ko na ipa-communicate sa iyo. So, if the person picks it up, make amends, then that's good. If the person don't, then that's not your turf. Kaya mo siya. Kasi hindi mo makokontrol. Away lang yun pagka in-insist mo on that. So most important thing is you express yourself, and that's the right, for that. Yun na. Hope it's helpful to you.
Yeah. Thank you po, Doc Joey. Okay, so we have another question po. Nasa chat box naman to. How do we address the generational gap, particularly the older generation's negative perception of mental health?
Ano yan kung ako yan, demonstrate na lang sa bahay. Kasi some people, hindi naman negative. Kasi nung araw, dekada ko ba yun? Pag pinag-usapan mo, in our 70s, 80s, pag mental health is such a taboo topic. Parang ang connotation kasi, pag mental health, ay, sira ang ulo mo. Ay, there's something wrong with you. You're deviant. So may
Doc
ganun.
Joey, kahit sa generation na 'to, 'di ba, nakakatanggap tayo dati yung mga emails. Meron nagsasabi na mga estudyante na yung kanilang magulang
Yeah,
is
yeah.
unwilling to acknowledge that they
Or
have
even
issues.
support.
They want
Or-
they want to
or
seek
even
help, professional help. Ayaw nung magulang kasi parang hindi yan totoo or
Oo.
something like that. Yeah.
And I think it's the stigma kasi. Pag may
Mm.
mental health ka, the stigma of saying ganito. I think we have to create more educational information. Not just for us, but I think for the community, for the greater public, to understand that there's nothing wrong about having issues with mental health, nothing wrong about seeking help, It's a strength that we show, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in the first place. Kasi nakakabit yan, totoo, sa stigma. That's why people, kahit may mental health ka, may isa nga, nagbebeg na siya, to be brought to a professional because she could not take the voices that she hears, And yet the parents deny, never daw, wala sa lahi nila, So I think it's very important that pag may mga ganong opportunity, students or friends that you have to link with other professionals that would seek help, kasi otherwise it will spiral down, and later on, hopefully, kasi yung education for people who looks at mental health in a negative way, matagal yan value system yan for the immediate crisis need now is to respond to the need of the seeker, and that's why kung hindi talaga, kailangan i-link yan with the services and the mechanism that you can come up with to be able to link the person with the professional help. Sige. Meron pa ba?
Yes po, I think we have another question po. This one po, how can we deal with a person who is seemingly struggling in his or her mental health but is in denial of it? For instance, okay, trigger warning po, a person who have thoughts in hurting himself or herself but does not acknowledge that he or she needs help.
I think one of the things, kung may mga kakilala tayo, sa PSP meets ang dami na na-encounter natin since 2020 marami kasing reason bakit nasa denial stage. Unang-una, maaring ito'y remnant nung parental concept what is mental health at hindi katanggap-tanggap sa pamilya, So maaaring deny verbally pero deep inside alam na mayroong problema. I think one of the things that you can do to support your friends is to simply parang sige, punta tayo dito, go to the guidance. Magsimula ka sa guidance counseling. Kasi it's not abrasive pag guidance counseling,
Right.
di ba? Kaysa sa mental health provider. So begin there, but at least link the person with the help. Kasi yung denial, minsan cover up lang yan in our experience. Kasi nga maraming factors, admitting, sabi nga niyan, admitting oneself to having mental health. Some people would say, I'm weak, Pero kung fan sila ni Sigmund Freud, sasabihin sa'yo ni Sigmund Freud, out of your own vulnerability will come your strength. So it's a matter of acknowledging what we are vulnerable and the areas we need to strengthen for us to be able to move forward. So I think i-link, ang importante i-link So whichever is not abrasive, ako feeling ko guidance counseling. Pasok tayo sa guidance counseling because there might be many factors affecting mental health. ACADS for number one, then the family situation. But at least from the guidance counseling, mausap na, And then later on, can be now moved to another, But it's important to link actually. Lalo na pag, trigger warning, pag may mga suicidal ideation, this needs to be linked very immediately. Lalo na kapag tinatanong natin, when was the last time we attempted? In the last 2 weeks, nako, kailangan natin i-link talaga yan. So, ang bottom line, if you cannot help the person because you're not trained, maganda yon. It's a recognition of your own capacity that we do not border into if we're not really skilled on that. Very important to link. Kahit magsimula tayo sa guidance counseling so that the counselor would be able to process the first layer of it, and then a counselor would eventually now refer if need be with the consent of the person. But it's very important as friends, we provide again presence. Yeah, the safe space. You don't even have much yung presensya. I think that makes wonders. Sasamahan kita, saan ka punta? Kasi oftentimes, may mga ganong damdamin. So being there, always available. O pag may kailangan ka, just call me. I think those were things that will be very, very helpful. But link, I think ito yung sa PFA portion na you have to really link the person. Mitch, ito sa'yo to. Ganon kami talaga magmahalan.
Ayan. Meron po tayong next question. May maire-recommend po ba kayong resources, either books, podcasts, or others, for us who wants to start our journey in taking care of ourselves?
Yun. Naku, ang gandang segue nito dun
Ang
sa
ganda na. Announce mo na.
papa-ending na kasi tayo, 'di ba? So pagtatahiin ko na yung dalawang questions actually kasi the next question is about will there be a similar psychosocial support program in UPOU in the future? Sa ngayon kasi sa Diliman lang, but I think this is something that will be really helpful to UPOU students given that our mode of learning is different, no, from other CUs. So I'll answer the second question first. No, I think the UPOU Pahinungod is also interested in wanting to develop such a program, but really that's up to the capacity and the resources available, no, and also kung ano yung plano nila ng UPOU Pahinungod. But definitely UP Diliman will be there to support and help, no, in the ways that we can kung mag-establish man ng psychosocial support program. And I really think that this is parang itong webinar or seminar na to is really just the first step. It doesn't end here. No, we don't expect people to be all well and fine and all healthy and perfect after this session. So I think that this really a series and it's really about capacitating people and ensuring that there are structures, systems for ensuring better mental health support for UPOU students, faculty, and staff. Now, as part of that effort, ang UPOU Pahinungod ay nag-develop in cooperation with the UPITDC. Am I saying that correctly? Yung acronym nila, yung
Yes, po.
IT people. Okay.
Yes.
Ng isang napakahalagang web-based application, and I turn it over now to Jess. Sino bang?
Ay, thank you, Doc Mitch. So,
To introduce yung resources na available.
okay po. So actually, we would like to introduce po yung app, which is the Kalinga at Yakap app or the Kaya app. But first, before po natin mas makilala si Kaya, let's all watch this video. right? That's Kaya. But to furtherly discuss kung ano ba ang meron at ano ba ang kaya, may I call on Naomi Jean Unlayaw of the Ugnayan ng Pahinungod UPOU to talk more about it.
Ayan, hello po, magandang umaga. Patanghali na po pala sa ating lahat. Konti na lang matatapos itong webinar. So, bear with us na lang sa huling mga minuto. And thank you, Doc Mitch, para sa smooth na transition dito sa pag-introduce sa Kaya app. So, question po kanina ay kung meron nga ba tayong similar na program sa UPOU Pahinungod. And ayan. And before ko siguro i-introduce, I would just like to manifest siguro na after sitting and participating in today's PFA webinar, I would like to believe na lahat tayo na-realize natin kung gaano ka-importante yung meron tayong accessible at free at effective na mental health related resources that can help us get through difficult days and overwhelming feelings or thoughts, and at the same time, makatulong din tayo dun sa mga malalapit sa atin. And gaya po ng nabanggit kanina ng ating resource persons, ang mental health hindi na lamang siya pang-personal o pansarili na problema. Nananatiling mahalaga ang mental health even in workplaces and universities. So grounded sa philosophy na dapat pinapangalagaan ang mental health kahit sa workplace at sa university, gumawa ang ugnayan ng Pahinungod UPOU kasama ang ICTDO ng ating Kaya app. So, Kaya stands for Kalinga at Yakap. It was launched in April 2024, so ngayong taon lang po. And it is our attempt to provide a platform where UPOU constituents and even yung public users po natin can access yung lahat ng mga resources na pwede nilang ma-access para matulungan sila sa mental health needs nila. So sa slide na to, makikita natin yung app features. We have the mood tracker, we have a quote of the day, and then yung pinaka-importanting ma-access ng ating users, under health and wellness ng website po natin, meron tayong tinatawag na Stress Reduction Technique Series o tinatawag naming SRTS. Ito yung mga hobbies o mga skills na pwede nating matutunan na pwedeng makapagpa-relieve ng ating stress, pwedeng magbigay sa atin ng additional purpose o paglilibangan para mabawasan yung stress at ma-prevent yung burnout. So luckily then, just in time magkakaroon tayo ng 4th episode ng SRTS next week. So magfo-focus tayo sa mobile photography workshop. So baka interested kayo, join tayo. Another thing, we also have the mental health related webinars. So this year, gumawa kami or nag-launch kami ng mindful snacking na webinar para maiwasan yung nabanggit kanina ni Doc Joey, yung little or too much eating ay hindi siya magandang sign, So, yung mga ganong klaseng information, we want them to be available sa website namin para mapanood siya ng kahit sino. Those features are available even if you don't register in Kaya. Pero for UPOU constituents, students, faculty, and employees, we highly encourage you to register Kaya because meron po tayong access sa creative space, e-journal, and personal profile. Mahalaga na dahil distance learners tayo, meron tayong community na pwede natin paglabasan ng mga stress natin, na pwede nating i-check in din yung ibang mga tao. So hopefully, Kaya yung maging platform para mangyari yun. So again, how to register in Kaya? I highly encourage everyone, kahit po non-UPOU, to go to kaya.upou.edu.ph, click yung login button para po ma-direct po kayo sa register, and then fill out nyo lang po itong following fields: username, email address, password, i-verify po yung password, and then name ng profile, and then sign up. Now, next slide po. Dahil gusto nating accessible itong mental health and wellness app natin, pwede nyo siyang i-install or ilagay sa home screens ng inyong smartphones para one click away na lang siya. So you just have to go to the website sa browsers po ninyo, either Safari man yan, Opera man yan, Chrome man yan. Go to the website. And then for iPhone users, you just have to click itong arrow up na yan sa baba or sa taas. And then click yung add to home screen. And then ma-access nyo na po siya sa home screen ninyo. For Android users naman, next slide po. It has the same system o yung same mechanics, pero sa Android, yung 3 dots buttons lang po, and then yung add to home screen, may a-access nyo na rin po siya sa home screen ninyo. And lastly, balik po ako dun sa inquiry kanina, kung meron daw po bang magkakaroon ba ng psychosocial support services? Pa-next slide na lang po. Sa ngayon po, available lang po yung ilang features sa UPOU constituents. Pero para magkaroon kami at makapag-explore kami ng additional features at para mas matulungan namin at makapag-provide kami ng mental health resources, we need your feedback. Kailangan namin malaman saan po kami mag-i-improve, ano ba ang kailangan ng ating constituents, ano pa yung mga features at services na gusto nating maging accessible sa atin. So for those na naka-register na and sa mag-register pa lang, please explore the features and give us your feedback. So you can scan the QR code here or go to tinyurl.com/kaya-feedback. So ang panawagan namin, join us in Kaya Now. Thank you po and happy lunch.
Ayan. So thank you very much, Naj. And thank you, Doc Mitch and Doc Joey, for the very insightful Q&A session. I hope everyone will visit and explore yung Kaya website and download the Kaya app today. And to formally close our event, let's call in USC Councilor Neddy Diana.
Ayan, hello. Am I audible po?
Yes.
Ayan, so hello, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat on behalf of the UPOU University Student Council. Nais ko pong magpaabot ng taos-pusong pasasalamat sa lahat ng dumalo sa ating Psychological First Aid Workshop ngayong araw. Mula sa ugnayan ng pahinungod UPOU at UPOU Office of Student Affairs hanggang sa ugnayan ng pahinungod UP Diliman. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak sa imbitasyon ng UPOU USC na maging bahagi ng napapanahong workshop na ito. Kami rin po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa ating mga resource persons, sina Doc Joey at Doc Mitch, sa kanilang ibinahaging kaalaman. At sa lahat po ng aktibong nakilahok sa ating mga talakayan. Nitong mga nagdaang mga araw at buwan, marami sa atin ay naapektuhan ng mga kalamidad. Tulad ng nabanggit kanina, may mga pangyayaring direktang nakakaapekto sa ating mental, pisikal, o emosyonal na kalagayan. Tulad na lamang ng mga bagyo, landslide, o kahit pa yung katatapos lang na US presidential elections. The goal of this workshop is to give practical and relevant na knowledge na makakatulong sa atin na i-navigate yung mga situation na ito. Hangad din namin na sa pamamagitan ng workshop na ito, mas maintindihan natin yung mga gampanin ng ating komunidad o di kaya naman yung simpleng pakikipagkapwa sa pagbibigay ng suporta habang nasa gitna tayo ng mga pagsubok. At bilang pagtatapos, hinihikayat po namin kayong gamitin ang mga natutunan ninyo sa ating workshop sa inyong mga kani-kaniyang komunidad. Nawa po ay mapagnilayan natin kung paano pa mapapalakas yung ating pamayanan na nakasentro sa mga prinsipyo ng pagmamalasakit, pagkalinga at pagsuporta. Muli, maraming salamat po at mapagpalayang araw sa ating lahat.
Thank you so much, Neddy Diana. And that wraps up our Comfort Core, a psychological first aid workshop. We hope you all had an amazing morning with us. All right. So thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we hope you'll have a safe week. This has been Elsie.
And this has been Jess, reminding all of us to please be kind and gentle, even to yourself. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Bye.